Have you ever asked yourself the question, can a narcissist ever really change? It's one of the most common questions I hear. And if you've wondered it, you're not alone. Maybe you've seen glimpses of good in them and hoped it meant things could be different. Maybe you've invested years of life and you don't want to believe that it was all for nothing. Or maybe you just want to know whether the person you love is capable of becoming who you need them to be. The truth is, this question matters because it's not just about them, it's about you. And it's about your hope, your healing, and your future. And that's why in this video, I'm going to break it down for you. We'll explore why narcissists are the way they are, what actually has to happen for them to change, and if it's possible. And then I'll clear up some of the biggest myths that keep people stuck waiting for someone who may never change. By the end, you'll have clarity and hopefully the peace of mind to move forward without second guessing yourself. And if you're new here, my name's Brandon. I have over 500,000 people follow my daily insights on narcissistic abuse and emotional healing. And I've helped thousands of people one-on-one to overcome these exact struggles. I'm also the co-founder of Clear Minds Hypnotherapy, an app that's helped over 1 million people worldwide. I love sharing what I've learned to help people like you break free from confusion, find clarity, and rebuild their life after toxic relationships. And I'll tell you now, the answer, whether a narcissist can change, is not what most people will expect. So let's dive into it. So let's talk about what it really takes for a narcissist to change. First, it's important to understand that narcissism isn't just a personality trait, it's a survival strategy. When someone grows up feeling unsafe, unseen, or never good enough, they often build a mask, a false self. That mask becomes their way of protecting themselves from the shame and insecurity they don't want anyone else to see. This is why so many narcissists appear confident, charming, or even larger than life on the outside, but underneath, it's not confidence, it's a fear. It's deep fear of being vulnerable or being exposed or losing control. That's also why their behaviors are so often revolved around manipulation, control, or grandiosity. They're not doing it because they feel powerful. They're doing it because they feel powerless without it. Now here's where it gets tricky. Can they change? Everybody asks me this. Yes, they can change, but only under very specific conditions. They need to develop self-awareness, which most resist, because it means admitting they're not perfect. They need consistent therapy, often for years, not weeks. They need accountability, which means no excuses, no blaming, and no passing responsibility onto others. And they need genuine internal motivation to do the work, and not just the fear of losing someone or something. That's why it's so rare, because most narcissists won't risk tearing down the mask they live behind their whole life. They'll show glimpses of change, but it rarely lasts. And this is where so many people get caught, believing that a short-term shift is a permanent transformation. Which brings us to the biggest myths about narcissists and why they keep people stuck, holding on to hope. So let's clear those up. Now, let's clear up the biggest myths about narcissists, because these are the very beliefs that keep people waiting for change that almost never comes. The first myth is that narcissists don't know what they're doing. Many people believe their cruelty, their manipulation or silent treatment comes from ignorance, but the truth is they know exactly what they're doing. When they withhold affection, when they punish you with silence, when they love bomb you after hurting you, these are calculated moves designed to keep control. It's not clumsy, it's intentional. The second myth is that narcissists can't change. And here's the reality, they can, but the question isn't can they, it's will they. For genuine change, they would need years of therapy, brutal self-honesty, and the courage to dismantle their false self. Most will never choose the path because it feels like death to them. It feels impossible. It's far easier to just blame others than face it themselves. And the third myth is that narcissists love themselves too much. That one might be the biggest lie of all, because narcissists don't love themselves. They seek constant validation because deep down, they don't feel worthy. The grandiosity, the arrogance, the endless need to be admired, it all comes from emptiness, not abundance. So, the final thing, can narcissists change? Yes, but most won't. And that leaves you with the most important truth. Your healing cannot depend on their transformation. The real question isn't whether they'll change. The real question is whether you're ready to stop waiting and start choosing yourself. Understanding why narcissists are the way they are doesn't excuse them, but it does free you. It gives you the clarity to stop guessing yourself, to detach from the fantasy and finally protect your own peace. If you found this video helpful, please comment here below or tell me a little bit about your story. I'll be answering all your questions personally, and I'd love to hear your story. And make sure to subscribe, because the next video I'm going to be releasing soon will be able to help you in so many ways.